Hello, my name's Fox Knight. So again, I'm with Fox. Wait a minute. Did I really? Wait a minute. Hold on. When the hell did I record this? I thought 10 months ago. Huh, so I've been back in Chicago for almost the whole thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, because this was when I was upstairs. And before I got my apartment. Hello, my name's Fox Knight. So again, I'm with Fox. I recently finished season 2 of My Adventures with Superman. And I remembered at one point, I'm like, oh yeah, I did a video that was kind of, quote unquote, reacting to certain, like, leaked stuff from season 1. And then I made predictions on it. So I want to go back to this as well as look at those predictions. Also, if you haven't noticed yet, a lot of the times for these videos, depending on what I'm watching, I'll put something in the background that pertains to it. There's nothing in there now, but for one of the ones I have been doing are these My Hero figures for, obviously superheroes and stuff. And so I'm going to also do a little bit of unboxing, kind of, because I really like this figure. It looks pretty detailed and it's like someone gave this one to me, and it looks great. And then this is another one I got earlier, and it's okay. The face is, yeah. So I tried to find more of these guys, and I kind of did. So I'm going to be unboxing these. But first all I want to do is watch this and then go over what did I got right for season 2, as well as, what I, got wrong and what season 3 could hold. Also on that same note too, I actually didn't realize I was rewatching the series with my father because he's a really big Superman fan. We were rewatching it, and the soup on the roof that's at the end of the final season is something that actually Clark says, like, oh, we're gonna have soup on the roof in the first episode. I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, holy crap! Like I completely forgot about it. They eventually got their date of sitting on the roof eating soup. I'm like, I love that. And even Jimmy's in there with Kara. But anyways, we'll get more into that later. Let's get into this. I want to listen to what I have to say, and I'll be pausing whatever. And let's just begin now. Okay, so spoilers right now. Like, I'm gonna look at some concept art that was apparently released or leaked or whatever. Okay. I'm pretty sure
I can't read any of that.
Like something that's gonna do with season 2.
Really? Okay.
Pretty much. So let me just read this, and then if you don't want to see this, I'd say this because I'm gonna try to predict some shit for season 2. But I want to read this first because this is gonna help, and it's already.
I'm reacting my own shit.
I apologize. I read something like, God damn it. All right. So just to read through it. Laura, 40-50 female, the mother of Kal-El, Clark Kent, aka Superman. Laura is a proud, loving, and brilliant woman. She's also one of the leaders of the Kryptonian Empire alongside her husband, Jor-El.
Okay.
During the fall of Krypton, she and Jor-El smuggled their baby onto an escape pod, sending him to Earth and kickstarting our series. Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened, pretty basic of it. Pretty sure there was a little bit more. I'm pretty sure I want to read that in a second.
Alright. While the real Laura died long ago, evil robot Brainiac creates a simulation of Laura to torture Superman. This Laura is still proud and smart, but also cold and cunning. She looks down on Kal-El for his kindness and qualities utterly unbecoming of a Kryptonian warrior. Laura thinks her son is weak and has no problem telling him that, pitying him for being so soft. Kryptonians are supposed to be ruthless, and Kal-El's sweet nature is a sign of her failure as a parent. Damn.
And we actually see some of that in the episode where he's trapped in the simulation. How much of that is actually his mom, we don't necessarily know. But I'm guessing like those were like the actual minds of them in that simulation.
Clever, cutting, and shrewd, Laura will quickly become one of Superman's greatest foes. For while other villains might break a bone, Laura has the ability to break his heart.
We don't really get too much of that right now, but I'm thinking possibly season 3 we're probably gonna get something along those lines. Because again, like one of my first predictions, I'm gonna go ahead and guess the bottled city of Kandor, or Kandor itself, and like that container that had Brainiac stuff is gonna have like all of like the data and memory of Krypton and all this other shit, along with all the brain scans, which I'm pretty sure Brainiac brain scanned probably like everyone, including Jor-El and
super small biological mom and all that stuff. So we might see them make a return, which, yeah, because Jor-El, even rewatching the first episode of season 2, I'm like, oh my god, do I love this Jor-El so much. And my dad was like loving it, like every time he had a smart ass answer and everything. I'm like, by god, I love it. And I really do feel like we like they're probably gonna bring him back.
I don't know if this could be canned, this could not be. I have no idea. There's other stuff here, like stuff with Jor-El, father Kal-El, Jor-El, once proud citizen of the mighty Kryptonian Empire. However, after years of pointless wars, Jor-El become disillusioned. When the end of the Krypton drew near, he had only one goal: send his son away from the dying planet. Well-meaning but easily frustrated, Jor-El is a man who only wants what's best for his son, but his inability to speak English and his refusal to tell the whole truth about the last of Krypton gets in his way.
Well, he tells him at the beginning of season 2, at least. So, and like, we really didn't get any of that in season 1 because he couldn't speak English. But like, I don't know, because I don't think Jor-El 100% knew Brainiac was the one that did this. I don't think, but he destroyed, ripped Krypton from the heavens and cast it into hell. So.
I think Anthony Hopkins owed it, but a bit of a temper and language there. Okay. And there's Nyx, there's Banshee. I'm not gonna read theirs. I don't think it's that. But okay,
all right,
so
what predictions that I have?
Standard idea and pretty much what we see with Jor-El. This could have been something maybe that was canceled, or maybe like and I'm sure this will probably come up in season 2. With it seems like Brainiac is going to be obviously a major player in this, which it wouldn't surprise me that like in season 2, whenever we see Brainiac, we're probably gonna see Laura, Kal-El's mom, as like the avatar for Brainiac to talk to and stuff. It wouldn't surprise me that's how it's gonna.
Kind of was correct on that because they were part of the simulation that Brainiac created to control Kal-El, but that was kind of right, but not really necessary in the sense of that he was just that.
Kind of play out.
Or she was just like an avatar.
Like, and then like eventually Kal-El's gonna figure out like, you're not my mother, like something like, who are you? And then that's when we're gonna find out like Brainiac kind of thing. And then, like, inside the digital world, that's where we're going to see...
Okay, called that one.
We might even see Laura be, like, the Jor-El thing for a minute until Jor-El figures out how to reconstitute himself, or...
Like, Jor-El does eventually reconstitute himself, technically.
Brainiac revives him somehow, like...
I he did remake Jor-El in that simulation, which again I'm assuming brain scan, and I'm assuming this again 2-3. It's probably going to do that. That's going to happen.
I feel like Jor-El has to come back somehow. I would.
I was kind of right. I was right. Jor-El did come back.
Hope they don't just straight erase him like that.
They did erase him though, but again, I'm hoping they can still bring him back.
Like, I don't like Frivolous. That would literally be like a pain that I would not like. Unless they do something really well with it, that would be a slight black mark on this show, which is a show I'm already loving.
I think that black mark kind of is gone a little bit from like at least having season 2 episode 1 giving where he was able to talk to Kal-El and all this other stuff. But I will say if they brought him back, I'm okay with it.
We're back, so. But I'm kind of guessing that might be a thing. And like I feel like maybe like we're gonna have Brainiac be more of a threat. Like Zod is a physical threat. He's a threat that will eventually get to Earth.
I was slightly wrong on the Zod thing. It's Kara. Spoilers, it's Kara. But I was also kind of right because, yeah, it was a big threat, but I got it flipped around, and Brainiac's really the biggest threat. Actually, let me.
But Brainiac, I feel like, is what's going to lead the way. He's going to be the herald, pretty much, of that.
That was kind of a flip.
Brainiac trying to get Mike Kal-El to join this.
And honestly, really, like, Brainiac is kind of a mix of Zod, too, but I'm not going to say that, like, oh, that was their version of Zod, but I am going to say, like, it most likely was, like, a big part. Like, obviously, the major inspiration for that because the whole thing of Neil.
Side, or, try to figure out stuff about Earth and all this stuff, and maybe through learning about Earth and stuff, like, will eventually allow Jor-El to learn English, that way they can talk and stuff like that. Which also Krypton is apparently destroyed, so...
Sorry, I dropped my phone.
The only Kryptonians left are most likely just, these remnants that are trying to conquer the world and stuff. So it's very Saiyan.
A little off on that because the last remnants is literally just Kara and this guy until we see Crypto.
Again. Like, that would be an interesting way you could do it. And, like, I feel like Zod will be... Like, if anything, he might be, like, a character, like, we might cut back to every so often, like, when Brainiac interacts with, like, because I feel like maybe...
We did have a cutaway, like, cutbacks, at least 2 episodes.
Maybe, like, next season, what we're going to have is, again, Jor-El will probably be destroyed for now, or, like, his consciousness will be locked away, or, like, have to be repaired or whatever, but... Brainiac might be able to still be there and use, knowledge like that to create Lara, which will then be kind of someone who tells a little bit about, like, the Kryptonian people and stuff like that to Clark. Like, I'm someone who's supposed to help Kryptonians and stuff. And, like, tells them about the knowledge of Krypton and, like, stuff about all these things that are all the things that kind of happen and stuff. And, if anything, actually... Like, maybe Kal-El actually learns Kryptonian from Brainiac.
Might see something like that. Actually, I think now in season 3 it'll probably be Kara that will most likely teach him some Kryptonian.
Like, slowly leading the way to trying to get Clark to be on his side. Eventually, obviously, Clark's not going to go with it. And then, like, that's going to be, like, already towards the end where Zod will appear. But, like, I feel like Brainiac will be, like, also reporting, like, his findings and stuff about Earth. Back to...
It's really funny, like, I don't know, maybe I'm tooting my own horn a little bit here. I kind of called all this, I just got the roles reversed. Kara is more of the herald for all this, and Brainiac is the bigger threat that comes in. Give me a minute. Yeah, it's really funny that I kind of got it flipped. Kara is more of the herald, and then Brainiac comes in. Though, I did get it right that, like, Zod, or Kara in this sense, was the main power behind it, and is the main destruction of planets. But Brainiac was in the end, the big bad.
And also, like, another thing, like, with...
And I also called it right, too, that, like, Brainiac would use, like, all it... it said, like Lara, using Lara would be the one to break his heart. But Brainiac does use, like, all of his Clark's memories and all that stuff to break him. Or at least to mess with his mind, so... I was kind of right on
that. Jimmy being...
Rich.
With Jimmy being stupid rich now, also. With Jimmy being stupid rich now, I feel like we're gonna get next season where we might see bats because I can see this.
Wrong. We got more Gotham characters, but we didn't get bats.
100% going along lines though. We might see Lex still too. I feel like Lex might still be a thing later. Especially if Brainiac is going to be like... I feel like Brainiac is still going to... I feel like now, like, especially with them having Zod and Brainiac together, like, one thing they might actually do that I just thought about is, like, kind of like Megatron in the animated series where Brainiac kind of gives ideas about technology and stuff like that to Mr. Sumdac and all that stuff in season 1 of Transformers Animated.
Can you tell I was watching that by that time? I was rewatching it.
We might see something similar like that, like, again, with Lex, like, maybe, like, Brainiac can actually just tap into, like, just Kryptonian tech in general and, like, just kind of help Lex, like, look, this is how you can make great technology and stuff.
I didn't call that Lex was gonna... Well, like, we already knew that Alex was supposed to be Lex, only until Season 2 was confirmed, and, like, even, like, the higher-ups. Because, again, if you don't know, Lex Luthor was not allowed to be in My Adventures with Superman for whatever reason. There was WWE put a ban on him, so they made Alex as a quote unquote get around, and eventually after season 1 did really well, they're like, is that Alex guy Lex? And then the creator's like, do you want it to be? So
Eventually help build LexCorp. Lex says, yeah, I'll do that as long as I, what I have to do.
Kind of called the bit that he was going to build LexCorp by season 2. And then he was going to use like the stolen tech and all that, so.
Help you and the robots like, you have to, well, I'm going to help you with all this, but you have to build me a space bridge. And pretty much that's where.
Yeah, he didn't need the space bridge. They had that technology.
It's going to kind of lead to, and eventually it's going to lead to, Zod coming to Earth. Brainiac can transfer it, mind between stuff, so he'll be able to talk with Zod.
He kind of did that between all the different robots, Brainiac.
Talk with Lex, but then also talk with Clark, and be the biggest screwing mastermind in all this.
I was kind of right. He was the biggest mastermind and really the one playing everything up.
I kind of want Zod to be the major thing. Maybe Brainiac becomes a major villain afterward, or maybe Brainiac's just quote unquote using the Kryptonians in a sense.
Okay, that one I called. I called that one.
Everyone thinks subservient to Kryptonians, and it's oh no, he's straight using them just to do his own needs and stuff. Also, the whole point with bats. With Jimmy being now stupid rich, it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe we're gonna get some rich high life episodes or whatever, and we might get him running into a certain billionaire who likes to dress up as a bat. Wouldn't surprise us that we already have Vicky Vale and Gotham mentioned a few times, and as well as Oliver Queen. If anything, we might actually see both Oliver Queen and bats in the next season. Be cool. I don't want them to take the entire episode. I don't want them to take it all over. It's oh, now it's only a Bats show. Now it's only an Arrow show. But I do want. But it would be cool to see them there, especially when Zod comes, who's going to be
okay, a workaround kind of. I didn't technically get the whole idea. I technically didn't get we didn't see Bats, we didn't see Arrow, whatever. But I did call that they were going to expand the universe a lot, and they did in season 2. They did expand the universe a lot more with showing the Hawk people, showing the the parademons, which also I'm pretty sure now after watching season 1, and you saw the laser beam that kind of arced around like that. That who they were fighting was Darkseid. That's who the Kryptonians were fighting.
A major ass threat. We might even have a Bats versus Supes episode.
Season 3 might. I'm not gonna say it will happen, but it wouldn't surprise me. It might.
The whole idea of oh yeah, Clark, that Bats found out about the aliens also or something like that. I don't know. I think something like that happened. I'm just spitballing ideas.
Again, we don't really even need Bats, though.
Somebody, I think this is quickly short. I just want to think of this right now. But I'm interested. I want to see more of this. I want to see how the Kryptonians are working, and then also different technologies. It's God.
Oh, I did like the whole technology bits. That I did really love. I love all it. Pass me. Oh boy, are you gonna have so fun when Kara pops in and starts using freaking her laser enhancifying shit.
There's so much about this. Again, that's what I like about this a version that's a very different interpretation than what you're regularly used to. Because yeah, they can go insane with this shit and do things that isn't your usual thing. And I think that is more interesting than just sticking with the comics. Do your own thing. Because you could have this similar mythos, but then have very different things. Maybe Kryptonians are more alive now. Maybe the technology is warping Zod more, something like that. I don't know. Is it a sunlight suit? Kryptonians know about them having powers because again, Jor-El was flying around.
And we do find out, yeah, they do know that they have powers, and also on that same note, they literally build technology to enhance those powers. That's kind of insane.
Pretty easily, even in its different forms.
I love that.
Maybe all Kryptonians know about their powers. I don't know. It's interesting, and I want to know more.
Kryptonians make their kids.
And then also the thing
I guess machining and cloning, I'd assume.
If Laura is an AI, but it's still Laura, just a little bit more colder.
Brain scans.
Would she have actually acted that way with her son, finding out that he's a good boy? I don't know. Turn to the comments below. Thanks for watching. The true videos I've done. Links to my Facebook, Instagram. Just quick thoughts. See what you guys think. It is a quick one, but just a few thoughts on it. But yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what your predictions are. And we'll see you later. Also, like the whole thing of like Jimmy being rich, like we could get Oliver in there, we could get Bruce Wayne, we can get Lex. Like
we do get Lex, but that was kind of a given. But also on that same note, like again, I at least called that they were going to use more DC characters or like expand the world, and they did. 100%.
A bunch of things that could happen there. Like Jimmy and Lex trying to outdo each other in Metropolis could be a thing, and like I don't know what Jimmy would do. It's like there's a lot more story potential you could do with like characters having stupid amount of money. Because now it's like, all right, let's go for it. Let's see what happens now. Like, is he gonna build a Superman cave, like some shit? Like,
well, we do see the Forge of Solitude.
Is Jimmy gonna try to become a superhero? Like, it's. I want to see more. I want to see how this is gonna play out.
Oh, did I not call that he was gonna lose the money? I was hoping that. Yeah, okay. We needed money, which was Superman. Hell yeah.
That's good.
But anyways, so I got most of those right. I'm gonna start opening these. Actually, should I just save this for another video? But like, I got a good chunk of it right of my predictions. I would say, I called the Brainiac like quote unquote Zod, aka Kara, Herald and oncoming that Zod would be able to. Brainiac. You know, the Kara is more of the Herald than Brainiac, but Brainiac also is the one who eventually is the biggest bad who does everything. So, and I called that, you know, the Kryptonians actually do know that they have superpowers, and also or powers, and they also know that, yeah, and they also do have their technology actually to enhance their abilities, and you know stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that's there. For season 3, I definitely think like maybe Lex will be more of the main bad. It's just these were my predictions of what's to come. That Lex will probably play more of a obviously bigger bad guy role, especially with him and Slade running LexCorp now it seems, and like the way that Lex looked already, like he looked like he was dying. He had like really big bags under his eyes. I'm guessing maybe from messing around with the kryptonite for so long that we're probably gonna see. We're probably gonna see. Hey, look, there's my vid. We're probably gonna see Lex like starting to get overcome by the radiation, and it's not gonna be fun. So, yeah, like it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. Actually, let's see. Moz season 2 ending. Yeah, the epilogue. Obviously, Kara's gonna have to play a more major part in it. I would hope. Amanda's gonna be on the run, so I'm sure we're probably gonna see something along those lines. I don't know if Lois's dad is technically out in the clear right now, but you know who knows. But yeah, look, this guy already looks like he's starting to get skinnier and like more paler and sick, and the bags under his eyes. I'm gonna guess he has a bit of a certain thing that causes tumors and all this shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that radiation is kind of messing with him and is eventually going to lead to him being bald and probably hating Soups even more, especially because Soups is going to be obviously great health and all that. These two are adorable, and hopefully like we're not going to see too much like they break up or anything like that ever again. Especially that Clark now has more of his family, so he's not even alone on that front either. Kara, I really do think we're probably going to delve more into Krypton and the Kryptonian stuff, especially since now, even if new bad guys gain, especially because like some characters like Intergang and like Livewire and all that stuff now have a shit ton of more technology. At least that Livewire and her gang had a shit more technology. We're gonna see that play a little more because Carl will be able to like point out like, oh, that's this, that's that, and we're gonna probably learn a lot more of Kryptonian culture. I think obviously the Brain Box thing where we're gonna get Jor-El back, like there's gonna be a reboot kind of thing. We're gonna see Jor-El back along with Laura and a bunch of other ones. Maybe they get new bodies. Who knows? If we do get like, and there might be some relationship drama with Lois and Clark,
But I feel like we're probably gonna get more of it between Kara and Jimmy at this point. Mostly Kara having to learn how Earth is, and Jimmy probably thinking like, oh, you know, I'm dating this warrior girl, and I'm not a warrior at all, and like him trying to be that kind of avoid made for kids. What? So, yeah, I don't know. This is cool. Hopefully we'll see him get his trunks back. I don't need her in a skirt, because I honestly think it does look good on her, but I would like if he had his trunks back. And again, I feel like we're going to see more stuff with Kara, like delving more into certain Kryptonian tech and talking about certain stuff about their culture, maybe. Even though she was a baby when they left too, I do think like she knows more because she was raised at least by Brainiac. And obviously there's probably going to be more stuff with, like, if they hook up Brainiac to the system wherever and Brainiac is alive in there, like, at least mentally, like, Kara still has to deal with that part of her life and her family. I didn't realize you don't really see her scar here. And, you know, we might get into more different things about different types of kryptonite other than green, which I would like to see how those are going to play out later. Because also there is the whole idea, we might see the whole idea I was talking about before, that Brainiac might, like, just take over systems and, like, might help Lex and stuff. Because he straight says that, Brainiac says that he can synthesize kryptonite. What if he can synthesize other kryptonites? And also how that affects this Superman. Because I really do like the effect of kryptonite in this universe, where it's like, you know, oh, like, you know, it starts growing crystals on his face and stuff like that. So, like, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that a lot. But, so, like, let's see how the other ones will react to that. But, yeah, anyways. I like this. This is fun. I like this a lot. I may want to save the unboxing for the next one, because this is already going around 30 minutes, and I just don't want to be like, oh, well, let me open it. Whatever. But anyways, thanks for watching. There's probably a quick video for that, but thanks for watching. Tell me what you guys think. This is adorable, and I love that this is actually a pretty, like, it took a minute. I had to rewatch it, but this is a pretty good payoff for, like, the first episode of, like, you know, Clark wanted to have just date on the roof with Lois, but now he's with his friends and family, so yeah. But thanks for watching my videos. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you enjoy this, and we will. And I can't wait for Season 3. I really hope Season 3 is coming out, because there wasn't, like, a cliffhanger at the end of this. So I don't think there was. So I'm definitely excited to see what I'm definitely excited to see what they'll do next. I guess the cliffhanger is that Lex Corp and all that stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching, and we will. So which I probably more is that, yeah, they're probably rely more on Lex being the main bad guy. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we will. See you later.